Hello everyone, welcome back. So this video will be the last video lecture of our chapter. The last topic which I am going to cover today is polyhalogenated compounds. You can read on your screen. It is defined as the carbon compounds containing more than one halogen atoms, which are usually referred as polyhalogen compounds. Now, many of these compounds are useful in the industries and agriculture. The first compound which comes under this category is dichloromethane. What will be the chemical formula? The chemical formula is CH2Cl2. Please note it again. The chemical formula is CH2Cl2, which is widely used as a solvent, as a paint remover, as a propellant in aerosols, and as a process solvent in the manufacturing of different drugs. It is also used in metal cleaning and as a finishing solvent. Methylene chloride is harmful to the human central nerve system, and exposure to this methylene chloride in the air can lead to slightly impaired hearing and vision. High level of concentration can cause dizziness, nausea, tingling, and numbness in the fingers and toes. In humans, direct skin contact with methylene chloride can cause intense burning and mild redness of the skin. Please note, the direct contact with the eyes can even burn cornea. So, it is very harmful. Coming back to the second compound, that is chloroform. The name is trichloromethane. It is employed as a solvent for fats, alkaloids, iodines, and other substances. The major use of chloroform today is in the production of Freon refrigerant R22. What is Freon refrigerant? That is I am going to cover in this chapter, this video tutorial only. Earlier it was used as an anesthetic in the surgery, but has been replaced now with less toxic compound such as ether. As an anesthetic, inhaling chloroform vapors depresses the central nerve systems. Please note, breathing about 900 ppm concentration for a while can cause dizziness, fatigue, and headache. Chronic chloroform exposure may cause damage to the liver and to the kidneys. Some people develop sores when the skin is in contact with chloroform. Please note, chloroform gets slowly oxidized by the aerial oxygen in the presence of light to the extremely poisonous gas which is known as carbonyl chloride. The formula is COCl2. Other name is phosgene. And it is therefore stored in the closed cork bottle, which dark color bottle available inside the lab, and capped out to that of air. Coming back to the third compound, that is iodoform. The chemical formula is CHI3 and the name is triiodomethane. It was earlier used as an antiseptic. It is used earlier as antiseptic. Due to its objectionable smell, now it has been replaced by other formulation. We may also consider iodoform test in the lab for the qualitative test of ethanol and acetone. The fourth compound is carbon tetrachloride. The formula is CCl4. It is produced in the large quantity for the manufacturing of refrigerant and propellant for aerosol cans. It is also used as feedstock in the synthesis of chlorofluorocarbons, which are actually responsible for ozone depletion, for other chemicals also, and for pharmaceutical manufacturing. Moreover, it is also used as a general solvent. Earlier, it was used as a spot remover and as a fire extinguisher too. There is some evidence that exposure to carbon tetrachloride can cause liver cancer in humans, and the most common effects are dizziness, light headache, nausea and vomiting, which can cause permanent damage to our nerve cells. In severe cases, it may lead to stupor, coma, unconsciousness, or death. Exposure to carbon tetrachloride can make the heartbeat irregular or even stop. The chemical may irritate the eyes in contact when it comes. When carbon tetrachloride is released into the air, it actually depletes the ozone layer. You have already studied the depletion ozone, so we are not going into the details. The fifth compound of polyhalogen series is fluorochlorocarbons or chlorofluorocarbons of methane and ethane, which are collectively known as freons. They are extremely stable, unreactive, non-toxic, non-corrosive and easily liquefiable gases. Freon 12 is a common name. The chemical formula is Cl2F2. Is one of the most common freons used in the industry. It is manufactured by actually the Schwarz reaction. You have already studied the Schwarz reaction, where the alkyl fluorides are prepared. These are usually produced for aerosol propellants, refrigeration and air conditioning purposes. Now it has been replaced with hydrofluorocarbon under green chemistry. That is what you have studied in unit 14 of your standard 11. The last compound is DDT. First we will look at the structure of DDT. There are two chlorobenzene para to each other, and therefore one is named as para, the other is named as para dash. So DDT stands for para dash dichloro, because there are two chlorine atoms, para dash dichloro, then two benzene rings stands for diphenyl. First D stands for dichloro, diphenyl, and then T stands for trichloro, 1, 2 and 3, trichloro, 2 carbon stands for ethane. So DDT, the name is para dash dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. Earlier it was asked in MCQ. Carefully look at the structure. It is the first chlorinated organic insecticides. And it was not until in 1939 that Paul Muller discovered the effectiveness of this DDT as an insecticide. He got Nobel Prize for this discovery. The use of DDT increased enormously on a worldwide basis after World War II, primarily because of its effectiveness against the mosquito that spreads malaria and lice that carries typhus. However, the problems related to the extensive use of DDT began to appear in the late 1940s. It was actually discovered to have a high toxicity towards fish. The chemical stability of DDT and its fat solubility compounded the problem. The DDT is not metabolized very rapidly by the animals. Instead, it is getting deposited and stored in the fatty tissues. So the use of DDT was actually banned in US in 1973, and later in the world also. Still some of the countries in the world are using. India is also using this DDT. So that's all for now. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video. Hereby we are ending our chapter haloalkanes and haloarenes. I hope you have watched all the videos posted on Octopod, YouTube and even in the WhatsApp group. If not, I ask you to watch and learn the videos. Feel free to ask the questions and the doubts if you have, and learn chemistry. Thank you. Thanks again.